Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? KMB the Sexy Ninja in the place to be for C Plus Studios and a Paper Saber universe. And this is the New World Podcast, brother. And we are going to be talking about Ring of Honor, April 13th, 2023, episode 7 on the Honor Club app. I'm a proud member of the Honor Club, and this show was very fun. They're in Rhode Island. Priest Coleman on commentary. I'm loving that we still have a crowd. You know, I think Tony heard me when I said, yeah, the studio thing for Ring of Honor, meh. Do the crowd. Move AEW Dark to the studio, you know. But I do, like I said, the crowd can make the show and break the show. And this crowd was a little bit rocking, wasn't too crazy, but you know, I was thinking about it while I was sitting there, because my brother went to the all elite wrestling show down in Phoenix, and he says they do the AEW Dark in the starting, then they do Dynamite, then they do Rampage right afterwards. And I was like, man, that's a long night. I mean, that's a long, like, if you're going to a show, you know, say I'm going to AEW Dynamite, you know, you get Ring of Honor. Did they do the full 2 hours? Then they do the show. Then you got whatever Rampage or whatever's afterwards on that. You know, that let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's almost 5-6 hours of wrestling. You know, which is nothing wrong with. Well, and all the time too, you got to get to the arena. You know, how much time to get there, because it's be a full day of wrestling. Nothing wrong with it, but I'm just like, damn, that is a long day. Anybody who's been to an AEW show, is that the case? Does it feel too long when you go to a show and you got these things like Ring of Honor and AEW Dark and whatnot, got to fill the time? You know, I know that dark matches are a thing, but doing full-blown shows before a show to show the show later on is crazy. But, you know, it also shows that Tony's willing to do what he can to create all this great content, especially with Ring of Honor, especially with, you know, AEW and stuff like that. So let's just get right into this. Mark Briscoe versus Ari Daivari. He's with the Varsity Athletes and Mark Sterling. Fun match. You know, Mark Briscoe is trying to get back to that level of the Ring of Honor Television Championship after losing to Samoa Joe. This show I felt like was much more up my alley, just because I got stars that I really wanted to see, pushing the narrative forward with certain stories and stuff like that. So with Mark Briscoe winning, then getting a beat down by the Varsity Athletes with Mark Sterling, FTR for the rescue. You know, I was like, yay! I was like, FTR, woo, current AEW champions and stuff like that. So I like the fact that Mark Briscoe came out when they won the titles, and they came out to help Mark Briscoe out again. We had a great Eddie Kingston promo video talking about his loss to Claudio. He's hurt. I think he's got to get surgery or something like that. He's got to recover. But I love it. It was just so real and honest and gritty. And it was Eddie at his finest in this video. And he's talking about, yeah, I wanted to run away. I wanted to just get out of here and stuff like that. And the more I'm watching Eddie, the more I'm understanding Eddie, the more I'm just like, I connect with him more, especially with this video promo, man. You should watch it. It's really great. And it's either you win or learn from any bout in life, you know. And Eddie Kingston, this was just a great promo, man. I wrote it right here. I love it. And it just feels real. Can't wait till I see Eddie back in the ring. He even gets truthful about, like, yeah, my contract's with AEW, but I'm doing this Ring of Honor thing, you know, kind of shooting at the hip. And that's just the way Eddie Kingston's always done it, you know. But I'm just connecting with him more, especially with his Ring of Honor journey, you know, since the first episode dropped with him going up against Claudio, and the great promo work, the great matches and stuff like that. Then to the big match where these two tore down the house and stuff like that. And now, you know, he has to take a step back because he's injured. But yeah, great. You should watch it, man. You should join the Honor Club. And this is just some good shit here that I just feel like I can watch over and over again, because I just love the realism of Eddie Kingston. Sky Blue versus Kelly Madden. It's her debut. Kelly, Sky Blue for the win, is undefeated still in Ring of Honor. Awesomeness. I love me some Sky Blue. She's a hardcore talent here that she's just moving up in the ranks. You know, I'm glad too. She's also on AEW. You know, showcase her more, get her more out there and stuff like that. But this was a fun little match. Sky Blue for the win. You know, so undefeated still, baby. Mike Bennett versus Darius Martin. The story continues, folks. And Dante's hurt. He has to get a surgery. You know, top flight pretty much on the shelf for the minute. But not for Darius Martin, not for Dante's brother here, you know, but Mike Bennett and versus Darius. Darius got the win out of a DQ because the Kingdom attacked. But Darius is not alone. Action Andretti helped after, you know, while Darius was getting beat down by the Kingdom, pushing the story forward. And later on in the show, they challenged them to next week. So we'll see Darius Martin, Action Andretti versus the Kingdom. But I like this story. I want to know where this story is going. Like, what's the build up to? And the fact that Darius's brother's out, it just kind of makes me sad because I was like, And they said this started ever since Final Battle. And that's been on my list to watch that pay-per-view and break it down just so I can see where these stories are developing from. And that was such a while ago. But now that it's on Honor Club, I don't mind going back. And that's what I love, too. I love the fact that we had these old pay-per-views on Honor Club and stuff way back in the day, man. I'm talking about it's a great archive, man. Join Honor Club if you can. You know, I feel it's worth the money because I'm always on it. I'm on it more than Peacock and WWE. Like, I'm on the Ring of Honor app a lot. So Darius Martin for the win because of DQ. Can't wait to see him in Action Andretti take on the Kingdom next week. Hot Sauce Tracy Williams versus Wheeler Yuta. Fun match. Wheeler for the win. Crazy submission. Like, you know, I really love Wheeler Yuta. I really like the Blackpool Combat Club. I think they're, you know, with all this craziness they're causing on AEW, and, you know, it's going to be them versus the Elite with Hangman Adam Page that's coming up, and that's going to be a war. Kenny Omega and everything. It's awesome, man. It's just good stuff that's building there. But I also like that we have him in Ring of Honor showcasing those skills and winning a submission over Tracy Williams. Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, folks. Hot Sauce, boss. Here's my notes on Action and Darius backstage challenging the Kingdom next week, next Thursday for Ring of Honor. The next match was the Workhorsemen versus Alex Colin and Katsuyori Shibata, our pure Ring of Honor champion. This match was fun, but like, it has some great spots. But the real thing about it was Alex challenging Shibata for that Ring of Honor Pure Championship after they get the win, after they celebrate, after the Code of Honor. Alex is like, I want a shot. And I think Shibata, we put up the title, and he's greatly accepted. Crazy spots in this match. Just a bunch of fun. But I like the fact that Alex had the balls to be like, yo, I know we had some fun, but let's have some real fun and challenge each other for that championship. Shane Taylor's watching on. I think he's another person that wants to go after Shibata for the championship. And I gotta say something about this Alex dude. Like, this dude is strong. I mean, strong. And, like, just throwing around the Workhorsemen like crazy. Fun match, though. I got my Willow Nightingale, and I gotta say this, man. This match was very short, sweet. She was facing Little Mean Kathleen. But the best part about this was when her music hits. Then you got Riccaboni, you got Coleman. They dancing. Then Riccaboni starts rapping, baby. Oh my gosh, those two are just so fucking fun. I love Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman. Their chemistry on the mic, you know, and just the happiness they give when Willow Nightingale comes out, especially when her music hits. They do a great shot back to them, and they're dancing at this thing, man. It's just so awesome, man. It just made me happy, you know, after a long week. I love hearing these two. I love watching these two, and this really made my week. Thank you, Riccaboni and Coleman. You guys are awesome. Stu Grayson, this guy, Stu. Ooh, I love you, Stu, versus Tony Nese with Mark Sterling. Stu Grayson for the win. You know, he's with Evil Uno, Dark Order, everything like that. But I feel Stu, he this match was awesome because I like Stu. I think Stu Grayson is one of those talents that I know he can have a great singles run. Because he's strong, he's fast, he's got these great ring skills. And I'm rooting for Stu. Let me stew in the stew of Stu because Stu Grayson is awesome. And this was such a great match for him and Tony Nese, bringing it to each other, great spots. So, KMB says, check it out. I would say this is one of my favorite matches of the night. Next to Ari Daivari and Mark Briscoe, but everything was clicking tonight again. Not like last week. Last week just felt a little lackluster. It was like, especially after a Super Card of Honor, after show, like what's happening now? Where do we go from here? So, where we're pushing the story and the narrative forward, because some of the booking here just seems a little like, okay, that's cool. We're putting on matches for matches, but same thing happens with NXT. There's some matches where I'm just like, okay. Cool. Okay. Oh, and thank you to all the nWp fans that gave me some shit over my teardown of the NXT show this last week and just being so negative about it and everything. And honestly, no apologies, man. It's just when I'm in that mode and I'm in that, I make my opinion. And, this is my opinion. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm speaking for myself. And I just tore down that show to the point to where I just really just didn't care for this week's NXT. But, we're not talking about NXT. We're talking about ROH. We're talking about Ring of Honor. So if you want to go check out that review, it's in the archives, baby. It's in the archives. So Stu Grayson, I want to see more Stu. I want to stew in the stew because Stu Grayson needs to be showcased more. Athena versus Ashley in a proving ground match. This was fun but quick. It's Ashley's big debut, and Athena welcomes her with a defeat. Athena's just cruel and vicious as usual. The match itself was okay, but I liked the backstage interview with Ashley and with Lexi, and fucking Athena just comes and just attacks her. It just is like, welcome to Ring of Honor, bitch. I was just like, God damn, Athena, you're so wicked and cruel and everything, and I love it. I can't wait to see what's next. And Athena brought something to the table. This was for me the meats and potatoes of this, was when she goes, you keep giving me these opponents and stuff like that. I'm running through them. I'm eating them up. I'm Athena, damn it. So I can't wait to see who's the next challenge. And I'm saying Willow Nightingale versus Athena. That's what that's what we got. But we also have the Forbidden Door pay-per-view coming. So June 25th, how many other Ring of Honor stars are going to be there on that card? You got two big shows, Double or Nothing. We got Forbidden Door. It's all coming up quick and fast. This is a good time to be alive as a pro wrestling fan, as I said over and over and over again. Now, the main event, Claudio Castagnoli putting up that Ring of Honor championship against Metalik. This was a fun match. Metalik has some really cool spots. There's something that Coleman said, he's a little too reliant on the ropes. I understand he's a lucha. He's a luchador. Like he has to have those ropes and those great spots, but there was just some spots where I was like, I just feel like you're taking too long. You with Claudio, as big and strong as Claudio is, he is the Swiss Superman, and we don't give Claudio that edge. Just a moment, like when you show, like you hesitate just for one bit, and that's why I feel like Metalik lost. Metalik brought it to Claudio, but Claudio is still our Ring of Honor champion. And this was just funny because I remember looking at this card. I was like, Metalik and Claudio for the championship. I was like, when was this? Are we just going to have Claudio run through some talent until we see who's worthy of facing Claudio for that championship? Because honestly, I'm looking at the card right now, and I would love Stu Grayson to challenge Claudio. I would love Mark Briscoe taking on Claudio for that championship. What's the next big pay-per-view? Are they going to be on those AEW shows? Are they going to actually do another Ring of Honor show? So much in the air. I really had a lot of fun with the show. I give the show a solid 4 out of 5. there were some things I was like, okay, that's, some matches like, okay, yeah, but there was just some other great matches and a great episode 7 in this show, in Rhode Island, Ian Riccaboni, Caprice Coleman, such a good time, 4 out of 5, great main event, great opener, so go check it out right now. Get yourself that Honor Club, baby. And like I said, it's full of awesomeness, man. There's so much great shit in the fucking Honor Club, man. Just so much. Tell me what you thought of the show. If you saw the show, how are you watching the show? So drop those comments below. Go get yourself some merch. Get yourself that New World Podcast logo created by Penta X. Also, get yourself the True Sexy Ninja mascot created by Katie. Get your merch, and Pro Wrestling Tee Store is still on the way. I am almost there, making the final designs and stuff like that. So that's on the way. Go check it out. Support C Plus Studios and the Paper Saber universe. We'll be rocking here. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching. I just appreciate every single person that has listened to this podcast, especially the New World Podcast, and has given great feedback and nothing but love and nothing but respect. So there we go. That's it. Like and subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And as always, the New World Podcast is for life.
I am the alpha, I am the fallen goddess, and I am the gatekeeper of this division. If you keep giving me these porcelain trash bag hussies, Lexi, you're next.